Credit card companies have been giving travel hackers millions and millions of airline miles for years. So, why do they do it? Honestly, think about it. If travel hackers have been racking up miles and miles and miles flying all over the world for this many years consistently, and they've got it down pat, why would the airlines and the credit card companies come together and continue to give this offer? It's because they're winning. You see, when some people sign up for credit cards, they're so excited about getting their very first flight for free somewhere around the world. And it's great, right? I mean, they see their friends doing it, they've heard about this online, they've watched my YouTube videos, and they're pumped. But here's what happens. They go ahead, they apply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, they're all pumped, they're gonna get 50,000, 70,000, 80,000, 100,000 miles, and they're just so set on their Hawaii vacation together. But here's what happens. They have to spend $5,000 on that credit card within 3 months. And guess what? They don't have that many expenses. Susie Q and John did not think about the fact that they only have $3,000 in expenses that they can put on the credit card. So what happens? 1 week before the 3 months is up, they go, oh shit. We only have $3,000 spent on this and we're not gonna get our 100,000 miles. So, guess what? Time to put some new rims on the car. Time to buy some crazy shit that we absolutely do not need, because you have to meet that minimum spend, right? Wrong. Hold up. This is exactly where the credit card companies get you. And yes, they're getting people. Statistically speaking, 21% of people that apply for credit cards that give airline bonuses do not use the miles. Or they're holding balances and paying the annual fees and ending up paying more than they're actually getting. So, are you one of the 79% or are you one of the 21%? Here's the top 4 ways that credit card companies are beating travel hackers. Number 1, people are not paying off their credit cards on time. This is the most basic and the most obvious of them all. People want to meet those minimum spending requirements, but they don't normally spend that much money. So they go ahead, they put those expenses on that card that they normally wouldn't have, and now the bill comes and oh, who spent $800 at the mall? Well, I had to meet the minimum spending requirement. You're looking at 23% APR on those purchases. Who's really winning? The number 2 way that credit card companies beat travel hackers. Travel hackers simply are not patient. Did you know that credit card companies have 2 billing cycles that they're able to wait before they actually give you those miles? That's 3 months that it takes you to actually get the amount of money on the card to get access to those miles, and then that's 2 more months on top of that before they actually give you those miles. And guess what? Life happens. Your girlfriend breaks up with you, your car breaks down, you get another travel hacking credit card that you're so pumped about, and you forget about the miles in those accounts. And you never end up using them. And then what happens? The number 3 way that companies are screwing over travel hackers every single time, which is the annual fees. They will suck you in by saying $0 annual fee for the first year and then just $95 after that. Are you really canceling those cards? Are you downgrading the cards? Or are you simply just putting it in a drawer and racking up those annual fees year after year after year? Which one are you? The 4th way that travel hackers are getting beat by credit card companies is the trickiest of all that you never ever suspect. Credit card companies are charging the annual fee in the very first billing cycle, and that could be up to $95. So what happens? You end up spending that $1,000 that they require within the 3 months. You make sure everything's perfect. You have it on your whiteboard or on your spreadsheet, and you spend exactly $1,050 just over the minimum spending requirement, and you throw it in a drawer. Then what happens? 2 months later, those points are in your account. You call up the airline company and you say, hey, why aren't my 50,000 miles in there? I met the minimum spending requirement. And they go, I'm sorry, sir, but we charged you $95 at the beginning on the first statement, and that can't be counted towards your minimum spending requirement. So you thought that you were screwing them over by being so efficient, putting your Excel spreadsheets and everything was perfect, but they end up screwing you. And I have absolutely done that. And I've lost 50,000 Hawaiian airline miles. And I just lost 2 Hawaiian airline round trip tickets to Maui. Travel hackers everywhere are making millions and millions of miles off of these credit card companies if they do it right. So now that you know how the credit card companies win, you can combat it. You can make sure that you're one of the 79% that make sure you absolutely get those free flights traveling all around the world, just like I have for the last 6 years. Rack up the miles, experience life, and maybe we'll end up on an adventure together. I'm Chase Boehringer with the Bucket List Lifestyle. I'll see you next time.